You are about to enter the courtroom of Love and Live Show. Everything you see in the footage to come is satire and has been done for the sake of humor. Before we start, unfortunately our audio engineers have messed up the sound quality, so I'll catch you up to speed. The plaintiff has brought the case stating that he is the favorite nephew. The defendant strongly disagrees, and that leaves us in the predicament we're in now. Introductions aside, it's important to note that the defendant has stated the case that her favorite nephew is indeed this young man. In this video, he audibly and visually agrees with these claims. Now, with all that out of the way, it's time to step in to the Love and Live courthouse.
So while they're looking, can I read the two letters from both nephews?
Permission granted.
Okay, this one says, to whom it may concern. It says, my name is Tariq and my auntie doesn't have favorites. She loves us all.
And why wasn't this submitted to the other parties?
I have proof that he drinks juice out of the container and doesn't replace it.
We're talking about the letters. This was not submitted to the
I
other
would
parties.
I would also like to
He owes us some money,
my
honey.
concern here. Why was this not an audio recording or a video? Isn't text a little bit outdated for such a thing?
Well, maybe for you guys, I just like text because I know it's there and I
It
know.
wasn't submitted to the other party, so this is relevant.
Your Honor, can I show my proof of him?
Permission granted.
No, that's called discipline.
Yeah, discipline. How do you go to your aunt's house, who you claim is your favorite, but is not?
I'd like to ask
her stuff right out of the
a question.
container.
Did you do anything to provoke the defendant, Queen Lenora, to this abuse?
Okay, so at that moment, I was just trying to get some juice. I may have made a misstep, but
Did she know at that moment?
I may have needed to ask permission to get juice. But
why didn't you ask permission to get
seeing
juice?
as I was so thirsty in that moment, I decided to rush into the refrigerator and grab the juice.
So thirst comes over what is right.
At that moment, yes.
We
My
all
survival.
We all can't be winners if we don't do what's right.
True statement.
I'd like to ask the defendant, Queen Lenora, if she has any statements.
Yes. Also, I have another letter from another nephew. He wrote it,
Wasn't
and
submitted to the
she can
court.
read it as well.
Wasn't
I
submitted
don't
to
have
the
my
court.
glasses.
Another letter that was not submitted to the court.
You could always ask.
It wasn't submitted to the court. It's relevant.
Is you gonna let them read it or no?
It's relevant.
To the courts, my aunt is very loving and caring to all kids. She will support and be there for all kids who come in her presence. If you're around her a lot, you can get confused and think you're her favorite. The truth is, she loves and wants us all to be the best we can be. She would like us all to be entrepreneurs, but she gives us a choice and will work every one of us hard. The difference is our parents gets in the way of her having us be entrepreneurs and go beyond our imagination. Most parents also call her our mom because that's how much she steps in to help. Sincerely, her nephew. P.S. Don't want my mom to get in her feelings.
Who is this nephew?
He just said P.S. didn't want his mom to get in his feelings since it's going to be aired.
I would like to ask the defendant's counsel, Mr. Williams, if he has any statements.
Oh, I have more proof of their working relationship and how Elijah doesn't respect his aunt because he likes to break curfew. Do you mind if I show that?
You're doing it.
Permission granted to show the proof.
I gotta go somewhere. I'll be back by 10.
Okay, you better be here at 10, not 10:01, not 10:02. Be here. Matter of fact, be here by 9:59. You are 23 minutes late.
I tried to make it on time. There was just traffic.
Shut up! Boy, you done lost your dang mind. What?
Abuse. Abuse.
Discipline.
See, as he moved it away, just as
Abuse.
I'm not done.
Discipline.
It's called discipline. They have a working relationship, and if he needs to go home and come back, he needs to do that at a decent time so they can get their work done in the morning. Obviously, that video shows that he has no respect for his aunt.
Abuse.
He's breaking curfew and not listening.
Abuse.
I would like to ask the plaintiff, Mr. Liar,
Yes.
do you have any valid reason other than traffic for breaking the curfew? Was it really traffic or was it something?
It was really traffic. You know, there's
He
a
doesn't have
lot
a
that
car,
goes
Your Honor.
in a day.
He doesn't have a car, Your Honor.
Hey, is that true that you don't have a car?
I do not have a vehicle at this moment. I do not.
How is traffic a valid claim to your statement?
You know, things were very congested at that time, and as you see, it was only 23 minutes. I was trying to make it on time.
If you have a cell phone, Mr. Liar,
Did
would
you
it have
what?
been easier to call?
This would have been
20 minutes late.
This would have been definitely a viable option.
Why
Instead
wasn't
of
that
speaking-
option considered?
Yes, that was something that should have been considered. You know, I was in such a rush to get there. You know, I was not trying to be there 23 minutes late. In fact, I was trying to be there 23 minutes early, but some things did occur.
I would like to
Only
say
a block and a half away from the house, Your Honor. He was at another house that was just a block and a half away. He did not have to be 23 minutes late. It only takes him 5 minutes to walk from one part of town from that house to this house.
So if it only takes 5 minutes to walk from that house to the other house, what happened in between those other 18 minutes?
Well, you know, if my memory serves me right, this has been quite a while, and I have evolved a lot during that time. But you know, there was possibly an accident going on at that time, and you know, me being the kind person that I am, I wanted to tend to the people at the scene and make sure everything was all right.
And what type of accident was this?
You know, there's a lot of different things that could have been going on, but in this current situation that we're talking about, if my memory serves me right, there was actually an incident between a mother and her son, and you know, he was acting very disobedient at that time and being very disrespectful. And me being the kind young man that I am, I wanted to step in and, you know, try to show some guidance at that moment.
Right now, I would like to dismiss these claims.
May I say something?
Yes. Oh.
Who thought you was the judge, girl?
Permission granted.
Thank you. I would like to point out in that last video, you can clearly see that Y:I:a has convinced himself that he's the favorite nephew and is taking full advantage of my client's niceness by breaking curfew. Then as he was explaining his story, none of it made any sense. He was in an accident. There's no car involved. Accident? There's no fire involved. So it doesn't even line up with his story. He's clearly a liar.
Anyway, may I please speak?
No, he didn't just say anyway. Miss Mary, girl.
So the proof that she had tried to show, she had tried to say that that was her favorite nephew in that video. Well, I can prove to you that that is not her nephew. That is in fact her godson. And even in this video titled on the Love and Live show, my godson has a what? And in this video is no one other than the child in the video himself. Is he your godson or is he your nephew? I don't.
It ain't no different than your goddaughter and your niece, your cousin.
You even confusing me with that terminology. I'm just, you know, a little confused. If he's your godson one moment, how could he be your nephew in another? When I am consistently your nephew, and in fact, consistently your favorite nephew.
The dog is barking, which means that he knows that he's lying too. I just want to point that out.
He was agreeing with what I was saying.
And can we show behavior of disrespect again? Because Y:I:a knows we're in court today and he's not properly dressed, hair or wardrobe.
I came in here to spur the moment due to me being in so distressed by this case. You know, I was really going through so much mentally. I can't even get the words out. She is constantly saying that I'm not the favorite nephew, and I feel like that
You're
is an
not.
injustice to me.
Elijah also, Your Honors, states all the time that he is the favorite son of his mother, but he's
Yes.
the only son, and she is stressed out about him every day. And every day I have to counsel her to calm her down about how disrespectful, how he doesn't help.
I like to say, what does it have to do with being a favorite nephew?
Order. I would like to grant the plaintiff's counsel, Mr. Williams, to speak.
That is relevance, Your Honor. Elijah does his chores. He's the only boy in that household with all the females. He does his chores. He does what he has to do, according Miss Lenora on previous conversations, speaking to other half of counsel.
Elijah will tell you I never said that.
I wasn't there for that conversation.
Elijah can say that.
I can't really say what happened or didn't happen. I wasn't there for that conversation.
You know you do everything in your house at your
Once
house.
again, everybody on this side of the table is lying.
I'm failing to find where this is relevant to me being your favorite nephew.
You're my nephew and I love you, but you're not my favorite. Elijah once said on one of the lives, we are all your favorite nephews. And then I said, then why are we going to court if all of you guys are my favorite nephews? You said all my nephews are my favorite. So then there's no relevance of being here.
Yes. And I followed the same thing with, I am your favorite nephew. In your mind, you cannot choose the favorite. I meant that in your perspective because you don't want to pick the favorite and make anyone feel lesser.
No, you actually said we are all your favorite nephews. I just want to hear you say that I'm your favorite nephew, but we're all your favorite nephews. You didn't make it seem like it was just something else. You said we are all your favorite nephews, which all my nephews have basically stated they feel that way because of the love that I give to you guys.
So if that was the case, then am I not the favorite nephew?
No, you're not. My client just clearly said she gives a lot of love to all of her nephews.
I don't have these nephew conversations of favorite. You brought this up. I never.
Yes, I brought this up because I'm the favorite nephew.
Can I ask a question?
You can ask this question, yes.
What number nephew are you?
I'm not sure what number a nephew is because she is bringing a lot of other parties into this that are not necessarily
number 3.
So if he's the third nephew, how can he be the favorite if she has 2 nephews before he was even born?
The first one is not always a favorite. It is through actions and through my behaviors and just how wonderful I am that I've proven myself to be the favorite.
Because when you have the first nephew, do you not show more attention to the first nephew? Because the nephew.
Can we please hear a word from the judge?
I would like to ask.
He is being disrespectful today.
I would like to ask the plaintiff, Mr. Elijah, how are you the favorite nephew if you don't know what order on the nephew totem pole you are?
Yes. Yeah, because as I said before, she even has her godson as her nephew. This doesn't make any sense to me because if we're on the conversation of favorite nephews, how do you have someone who you call their godson and is on your YouTube channel that is you used to vlog and catalog your life? He is set as your godson.
If my sister had a baby, what would that baby be if it was a boy?
That would be a nephew.
Exactly. And she decided if anything happens to her, she wanted me and my husband to take care of her son, which makes me the godmother.
The question was, how do you know or not know that you're the favorite nephew if you don't even know what number you fall under? He never answered the question.
Oh, well, my answer to that was because of her berating this list with so many different nephews. If that is the case, then why do you refer to them as your godson and not nephew?
Because he's both. And I
would like to grant.
You were almost my godson. What does that mean?
I'd like to grant the plaintiff's counsel, Mr. Williams, a chance to speak on this.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Lenora, due to the fact that you say that Elijah is not your favorite nephew, tell us a little bit of what you know about Elijah. Do you know what's his favorite color? Do you know what he likes and he dislikes?
Yeah, I know that with all my nephews.
So,
and I'm all in Elijah's business like I am with all my nephews and nieces. I do him just like I do everybody. I know all his business. I probably know way more than his mama does because I ask 20 more questions than she does. Yes.
I would like to ask all parties if they have any other valid statements.
okay, close on my end, Your Honor.
A final ruling is made.
Well, I have something to say.
Can we call another witness? Yes, I would like to call Chris to the stand.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chris. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Yes,
Elijah is your nephew as well, is he not?
he is.
And you have 5 other nephews yourself, do you not?
I do.
How would you say your relationship is with your nephew?
I mean, I treat them all the same. So they're all good.
Would you say your wife treats all your nephews the same as well?
Yep.
So in your eyes, there is no favorite.
No.
No one gets special attention.
Kai, because he's younger. He's the youngest, so I'm sure he gets more attention than anybody.
More attention meaning he's the favorite.
Elijah's not the youngest. He's the third, which he didn't even know out of 6 nephews. But I carry on.
Permission to speak to the witness.
Permission granted.
Would you say Lenora is very hostile and abusive to Elijah?
Hostile and abusive? No, I would say it's more like a discipline.
Discipline, slapping someone upside the head?
If that's what it takes to get the point across, yes.
Oh, so you would slap your children upside the head, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have.
Really?
I think we need to call child services.
Call them. I already called them.
You see, you have to understand, these kids nowadays are really, really hard-headed. Not like when I was growing up.
Mm.
So they challenge you. So I'm not gonna get, no kid's gonna challenge me. You challenge me, you're gonna get hit upside your head. I'm sorry.
I agree.
But Elijah doesn't look like a kid that will challenge you.
He put his mouth on the pitcher instead of pouring it in the glass.
We're talking to Chris. We're not talking to you.
I'm just saying, you saw the evidence.
Okay, evidence, and
We're talking to Chris. Are you Jamaican?
I am not.
irrelevance. I don't understand the point you're trying to make.
I'm
Me
going
either.
here. I'm going somewhere. You're
You
not.
just asked him if he's Jamaican. What does that have to do with slapping the kid upside the head?
You're not Jamaican.
So what you're saying is Jamaicans are abusive,
You're not Jamaican.
which means you're Jamaican. So you're abusive to your husband in your marriage.
You are a witness for your wife, which brings a conflict of interest in this court.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Okay, can I say something then, your judge, your
He's
honor?
not going against me, so it's not a conflict. of
Permission
interest.
granted.
Okay. Chris, you also was on the Love and Live show at 1.2. Were you not?
Yeah.
Would you say you got replaced by your nephew?
I don't say I got replaced. I stepped aside because I was camera shy.
Okay, okay. How was your experience working with your nephew?
Oh, we were good together.
Do you have happy and good days with him, or happy and sad days, I should say?
Yeah, like any kid, any child.
Would you say that your nephew, let's just say, wants to push you in the pool?
He may want to, but I don't believe it's gonna happen.
Don't you find that rude and disrespectful that your nephew wants to push you in the pool?
I'd like to say you're really
Yeah.
reaching here. I don't know what this is relevant to the court. You know, I don't know how this is relevant at all.
Well,
You
it goes
pushing
back to what I was
into the
saying
pool.
earlier about you being
when-
rude and disrespectful.
Only thing I'm trying to really push is the fact that I'm in the spot as the favorite nephew. That is the only thing I'm trying to push here.
Yes, and we already proved that earlier, that you don't even know what number you fall in. So how could you obviously be the favorite if you don't even know what number?
Well, I don't need to be pushed in place. I need to be pushed as the favorite. You know, I don't need to be pushed if I'm already there as well.
Aviana has something else to say, to add to this.
I feel like because you guys stated that Miss Lenora Hall was abusive towards Elijah, I have a video evidence of Elijah being abusive to her. And I just feel like if you were her favorite nephew, you wouldn't abuse her.
It is so amazing how you guys have all these evidence and it was not submitted to the court.
Oh, well, I can
Don't
show
get
you.
mad because you ain't prepared, girl.
No, Judge Joe, do you have these evidence?
You didn't have yours either, what, Mr. Williams?
Not abusive, but they always threaten my Miss Lenora Hall, Elijah, and his attorney, I think. They're always threatening to throw her in the pool. And
Yes.
there's video evidence of that too on lives. And Elijah's also saying that he will help his attorney throw her in the pool.
Yes, he did.
Yes, this is a pool of love and affection. That is what we were referring to.
No, it wasn't.
We were saying we're going to push people into the pool.
No, every time
Yes.
I do something against what they want, they always want to push me in the pool. It's a conversation daily.
Pool of love and affection. That is all we're here to do.
So if you're the favorite, why would you want to beat up on your auntie and push her in the pool?
Yeah, push her in the pool of my love and affection because I'm the favorite nephew.
Love and
Therefore, I
affection.
will
Pushing
shower
somebody
down
in
with
the
love
pool.
and affection.
What if she can't swim? Then she'll drown. So you want to be a murderer?
Well, at least she'll be swimming in my love, you know?
No. I don't want to swim in your life and have to die. Sorry. And as per your attorney has stated, I'm so-called abusive to you. If I'm abusive to you, then you couldn't be
It
my
could be
favorite
tough
nephew.
love, you know. If abuse,
So
you
wait,
know,
is it tough love or abuse? I mean, you're going back and forth here.
That's all I'm saying.
am I
He proved that
going?
he was a liar earlier. I'm just saying.
Oh, hey, I don't
Judge,
know.
do you have a ruling?
I would like to present a final ruling
Okay.
based on the statements and claims from Mr. Elijah, the plaintiff, of the reasoning why he was 23 minutes late. I do believe that your statements on that are false and incomplete. Also, I do believe that by you not knowing what number nephew you are on the totem pole of the nephew line, I think that says a lot as well. And also the statements of you would throw Queen Lenora into a pool. I would like to rule in favor of the defendant, Queen Lenora. And I would like to say to you, you are not a winner because you cannot do anything that allows you to be a favorite nephew.
Oh my God! Oh my!
Yes.
Smith,
Oh my God!
Yes, thank you, Judge. You did an amazing job tonight.
Yes, she did that. Thank you.
I just can't believe this. I just can't believe this.
Well, Miss Mary, you better believe it, honey, okay? Because he gave the verdict. You are not the favorite nephew. Ew.
but I would like to say,
I know, right? It
I
must have
would
been the
like to
house
say
that
to
happened.
Mr. Elijah, if you can present more evidence and more witnesses, we can do a retrial.
I'd love to be able to do that. I will
If you can produce that evidence and witnesses.
I'll probably prepare. I'm sorry, my honor. I didn't fully bring everything I could to the table. I did want to pull some punches because, you know, my heart is very kind, and
Pull some punches.
you know, I'll be ready for the next one.
There will be no
Bringing nothing but cold hard facts. None of this foolishness that was brought into court today by some parties. So I will be ready for the next one to prove that I'm the favorite nephew.
Ask him. You can ask him right now. Am I his favorite auntie?
Good question. Good question.
What do you have to say about that?
My answer to this question is I don't do favorites.
Your Honor, do you see what I'm going through? Your Honor, do you understand what I'm going through? We're having this whole debate.
I understand. I would like to say that based on everything the defendant's counsel said, that this case is officially dismissed. Ruling stands.
It's amazing.
That was really